Hello and welcome once again to the 7th edition of the PONDWATER Dave Show. I am your host, Justin Davis, and as always, I am joined by my two co-hosts. Of course, the man the show is named after, the man who counted Ric Flair's last match, and the man that is sparkled out in purple today, Mr. PONDWATER Dave Miller. How are you? And Miss Amy Vaughn, of course. How are we doing today?
I'm a little cold.
You look like it.
I think y'all's weather escaped and it's in my backyard.
Yeah, it is definitely coming down here in Kentucky.
Well, of course, this show is going to be reaching you right after the Christmas holidays. So we hope that everyone listening had a fantastic Christmas with their family and loved ones. I know that we're all getting ready to do that this weekend. So you guys all ready for the Christmas holiday?
I am.
The presents are bought, the cookies and milk are put out.
Yes, we actually have an extra special day at our house because Aaron's birthday is Christmas Eve.
Oh.
So we what we tend to do is party in the morning and then we go to church and then we transition from after church into Christmas Eve and open our presents, stuff that then.
Well, good. I hope Aaron has what, a 13th, 14th birthday?
He will be 13.
13, entering the teenage years.
I finished my Christmas shopping tonight.
Did you?
Yeah, Tep had to go to she had to go by the Pandora store to swap a bracelet out, try to get a bigger size, and I told her what to buy while she was there. So but I wanted to get her.
Doing it.
Well, here's the deal. We agreed that we were not going to buy each other presents this year. And I took her at her word. And as she was wrapping presents, she wraps them. And my job is to let the legs down on the recliner and pick presents up and go over and put them under the tree. So I just happened to notice I got presents going under the tree. And I'm like, wait. I believed you. I felt so betrayed. But I've been wanting to get out there I've been wanting to go buy her something, and then I had an idea because I bought her Pandora for our anniversary. I love Pandora. Mm-hmm. Pandora should sponsor this show because I'm gonna tell you why. You can buy Pandora. Are you in the loop on Pandora? Mm-hmm. What about you, Justin?
I don't use it. I've always used Apple Music.
No. He is not in the loop on Pandora.
No.
Let me tell you about the greatest. It is a Pandora bracelet. It's a bracelet, and they got little charms that you can get for them. And I mean, you can get a basketball charm. They got
that
Disney.
type of Pandora. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
I was talking about the radio.
No, but we got but it makes for a great gift. Like you can get it for their birthday, when you screw up, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, when you screw up again, anniversaries, Christmas, screw up. I mean, she's on her third bracelet. I screw up a lot. But now they make keychains.
Oh.
That you can put a few of the charms on a keychain. So I told her to buy her a keychain while I was out there. So she brought it and she handed it to me. So I opened it up and looked at it. I said, she's gonna love it.
Pick you out something nice, Clark.
Oh.
Well, we've got a lot to cover today on today's show. We are going to go through the months of the year, a little year-end review of the wrestling world, kind of cover the biggest stories of each month and kind of go back and talk about them. And before we do that, though, we have, Dave's favorite segment of the week, which is Amy's Trivia. Amy, what do you have for us this week?
Well, this is going to be, it's a little different. Might be really hard, but we're in the month of December towards the end. And what is one of the most famous pay-per-views in December that you can remember?
Most famous pay-per-views in December that I can remember. Well,
that's why I said this is going to be really hard.
I'm going to go D-Generation X, In Your House. That's in December.
I'm going to say Starrcade.
Oh yeah, Starcade. I forgot about that.
Well, actually, we are going to be doing trivia on the December to Dismember ECW 2006.
Oh my God. Something I don't even think I watched, so this should be good.
Exactly.
I'm positive I didn't. I watched a few ECW pay-per-views, but I can't remember what they were called. And really, all I remember about them is Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn and
Well,
Bubba Ray cussing somebody out real bad at ringside.
this is 2006, so this is when ECW was part of WWE. So it's not just some of those names, but this is a pay-per-view that obviously has December in its name, so that's why we went with that. So, number one, where did December to Dismember 2006 take place? Was it Augusta, Georgia, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, or New York City, New York?
I've got to go with Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is my guess.
It was actually in the James Brown Arena in Augusta, Georgia, December 3rd, 2006.
I started to say that, but Philadelphia wouldn't have been a choice. I would have said that.
Well, yeah, I think that's why it was a choice. It's a, trick you. Who won the only tag team? No. Who won the only WWE tag team match at December to Dismember? Was it Matt and Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton and Edge, Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury, or Paul London and Brian Kendrick?
I'm gonna say it was London and Kendrick in 2006.
That's what I was going D too.
It was actually Matt and Jeff Hardy. They beat Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury to pick up the victory. Sorry.
We're knocking it out of the park so far, Dave.
Exactly. Yeah. But you're learning a lot, right? So
hey, I'm gonna tell you, Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury lost me after Melina got in the ring.
The M&M, isn't that what they were called?
Yeah.
M&M. She got in and fought, or what did she do?
No, she threw one leg up on the ring apron, her other leg up on the ring apron, and did splits, leaned forward and went up under the rope.
Oh, I understand what you're saying now. I thought you were disliking something.
No.
He's just perving out.
40-year-old PONDWATER was a big fan of Melina.
I bet. All right. Who won the Strikers Rule match at December to Dismember? Was it Christopher Anderson? I don't even know who that is. Matt Striker, Balls Mahoney, or Sabu?
Matt Striker seems obvious.
What kind of match?
It was a Strikers Rules match.
Oh.
I'm gonna say but I don't think Matt Striker wrestled in that though. It's probably he was commentating and put the rules in place.
I'm gonna go Sabu.
I'm gonna go. Man,
I'm trying to remember
Sabu wrestling for them in 2006.
Well, I'm trying to go perfect with all wrong answers.
I'm gonna say Matt Striker. I'm gonna be wrong. I'm gonna.
Well, unfortunately, you're both wrong. It was Balls Mahoney. However, Balls Mahoney pinned Matt Striker in the Strikers Rules match, so he was wrestling Balls Mahoney, and he lost. All righty.
Balls Mahoney, our sponsor this week is Man Group. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Little known fact about Balls Mahoney: he had the biggest balls of them all.
He once sat them on PONDWATER's head while PONDWATER was standing up.
Oh.
I can't believe you're going to tell short jokes on National Short People Day.
I'm proud you know that, Dave, that it's Short Person Day.
It's circled every year. It's one of his.
No, Efren texted me this morning and said, "It's your big day."
Well, it's kind of a small day, but yeah.
Oh, all righty. Who was at ringside during the Extreme Elimination Chamber match at December to Dismember? Paul Heyman's personal enforcers, Mr. McMahon and Linda McMahon, Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon, or just Paul Heyman?
A.
Paul Heyman's personal enforcers.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think, Dave?
I don't remember that. I'm gonna say Paul Heyman. D.
Paul Heyman is correct.
My streak continues.
What were the weapons in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match at December to Dismember? Were they, there 4. Was it a broomstick, steel tray, steel chain, and cinder block? A Singapore cane, a kendo stick, a ring bell, and a sledgehammer? Barbed wire baseball bat, crowbar, table, and steel chair? Or brass knuckles, thumbtacks, steel pipe, and ladder? Ugh. I know,
Oh,
crazy.
I'm gonna go B.
I'm gonna go C. But I think you're right. It seemed like kendo sticks were in it.
Oh, actually, Dave, you're correct. It was Paul Heyman announced the Tuesday before the December to Dismember pay-per-view the 4 weapons that will be locked in the chambers with the ECW Extremists. He announced that the barbed wire baseball bat, the crowbar, the table, and the steel chair will all be in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match to be used as weapons. So that was a little twist on the elimination match. Okay. Who pinned CM Punk in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match to give him his elimination at December to Dismember? Was it Hardcore Holly, Test, Big Show, or Rob Van Dam?
D.
No, it was Big Show.
The streak is over, Justin, because it was Rob Van Dam.
Yes.
Rob, he did a 5-star splash, and CM Punk was the first man to be eliminated out of this match. Okay.
Seemed like I just, for some reason, knew that, but I thought it was Big Show.
Who pinned Hardcore Holly in the elimination or in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match to give him his elimination? Was it Test, CM Punk, Rob Van Dam, or Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley.
I'm gonna go B.
That's CM Punk.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
We just said he was the first man eliminated.
Oh. I didn't know.
Get in the game, man.
I didn't know he was the first man eliminated. Sorry. Yeah, I'll go with what Dave said.
Bobby Lashley?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Hardcore Holly was pinned by Test.
Mm.
He was the second man to be eliminated. Who pinned Rob Van Dam in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match? Was it Big Show, Test, Bobby Lashley, or Hardcore Holly?
Bobby Lashley.
Big Show.
It was actually Test. He got another one.
Good
He
Lord.
eliminated Rob Van Dam, making He eliminated Rob Van Dam after he gave Rob Van Dam a diving elbow drop off the top of the changer with a steel chair on Rob Van Dam's face to make him the third man eliminated. Ooh, that sounds rough. So, who pinned Test from the Elimination Chamber match to give him his elimination?
Big Show.
Is it Rob Van Dam, Big Show, Bobby Lashley, or CM Punk?
Bobby Lashley.
Big Show.
It was Bobby Lashley.
I knew it.
Test was the fourth man eliminated after Bobby Lashley gave him a spear. Who pinned Big Show in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match? Was it Rob Van Dam, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, or Test?
Test.
Bobby Lashley.
The answer is Bobby Lashley. He
Everybody
eliminated
else
Big
had already
Show.
been eliminated.
I don't even know who
Exactly.
still left.
He eliminated Big Show to get, and by giving him a sphere to win and become the new ECW World Heavyweight Champion. So now you know a little bit about December to Dismember
I don't think I do.
2006.
Well,
Bobby
I went-
Lashley won. Remember
but
that?
I went to the Royal Rumble in 2007, and Lashley defended the ECW Championship on that show.
Oh, so he had it for a while then.
Well, it had it
for
for
a
a
year
month.
then.
No.
Oh no. Oh, that's right. I'm thinking. Never mind. Oh, I don't know what day it is. Sorry. So there is your trivia to end the year. I've got some really fun ones in the future. I've been looking at them, and there's all kinds of subjects that we could be doing. So I'm excited about 2023 and trivia.
Well,
You don't like doing like individual pay-per-views or
yeah,
No, they're fine. It's just that who was
that's just
watching
why I
that?
didn't watch.
well,
I
it
mean-
was trying to look for something in December, and that really was about the only one. And I liked it had December in its name, so it was easy.
Well, let's talk about, instead of the year 2023, let's talk about the year 2022. And we had a lot go down in the year of 2022 in the wrestling world. If you were paying attention to our Twitter today, we put it out there to ask our fans or our listeners what they thought was the biggest story of the year. I just saw my buddy Antonio Santos replied to us saying that he thinks that Vince's retiring was probably the biggest, and we will get into that, of course. He also talks about the Bray Wyatt teases leading up to his return. So, yeah, interact with us on Twitter if you're listening. Each week you might see something that Dave or Amy or I myself put up there. So check us out on the Twitter gimmick. And let's start with January, everybody. January 2022, what happened in the world of wrestling? So, of course, we have Brock Lesnar defeats Big E to become the WWE champion. I did enjoy the Big E run with the title.
I wasn't ready to see it end. I wanted to see Big E retain.
Yeah.
That was at the day one pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not doing that anymore. Just, I don't know, it just seems like with everything going on, just a weird time to have a pay-per-view to me. But also we have Lashley beats Brock for the title, and Brock then enters and wins the Royal Rumble, which was a little bit of I remember that getting poo-pooed on a little bit. Brock winning the Royal Rumble this year.
Well, it's the unannounced. I mean, it kind of like doesn't make any sense that you defended the championship. Well, I don't know. Didn't Brock say that he was going to enter the Royal Rumble because he wanted to go after Roman and unify him? I can't really remember, but it seemed like to me that after he got beat, then he just came back and entered the Rumble. And it's kind of like suspect that you can get in the Rumble the night of.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I actually got to be at that event with Filter Free Podcast. They did a suite there, and that was the same weekend that was the same day as the Jeff and Eric Bischoff show that they did in St. Louis. They kind of did like a little not round table, but where they told stories and stuff. And Nick Aldis made an appearance, which was nice to see. And then we all went over to, like I said, FFP. They had a suite, and so we all watched the Royal Rumble from there. I'd never gone. That was a bucket list. I've never been to the Royal Rumble. It was in St. Louis, and it was really fun to watch with a big group of your friends like that and be there in that atmosphere. We had a good night, and then get to go see Eric and Jeff beforehand. So it was a good wrestling night.
Well, over on the other show in January on AEW, Sammy Guevara beats Cody Rhodes in a ladder match for the TNT belt. So Sammy
I like it.
Dave
Show and tell.
Royal Rumble chair. that has, I can't tell what's on there, Dave. What's it got on there?
Were you there?
Yes. This was the Royal Rumble where you had there's the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Umaga,
Benoit.
Ric Flair, John
I-
Cena, yeah, Benoit, Triple H, Batista,
Yeah, so it's
Kane.
cool.
Is
That
they
was the
put?
that was
I'm
the
sorry.
that was the Royal Rumble where John Cena challenged Umaga and the ring rope broke.
Oh, I thought that was a chair from this year. That's the reason why I was like, you were there this year?
No, that was
No,
January.
I misunderstood.
That was the one I went to, and Bobby Lashley defended the ECW title.
I got you.
I sat on the front row.
We'll have
So
to go back and watch. Hi, Stephanie. Was that her?
Yeah.
as I was saying, Sammy Guevara beat Cody in a ladder match for the TNT belt. This was when they kind of started to raise Sammy a little bit, I think, having him go over Cody. Seemed like they were really trying to push him at this point.
Well, and Cody was on his way out the door too.
Yeah.
That was the swan song. That's where he took that sick bump off the ladder.
Yeah.
That cutter.
I think they took several, and no sold several of them.
Well, we got February now. We're into February, and we got Becky versus Lita in Saudi Arabia. This is when Lita kind of made a little teeny comeback for a few weeks.
And I thought that it was notable because the women were wrestling in Saudi Arabia. They'd come so far from the first crown jewel that now, I mean, it's common. It's common. I mean, in fact, this last one they did later in the year, the one they did later in the year, you had an all women's match with the women referee.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did they have 2 women's matches this time in Saudi Arabia?
They did.
I was gonna say, I mean, like you said, it's making strides. So,
also in February, Brock Lesnar once again wins the title back at the Elimination Chamber from Bobby Lashley, and Roman beat Goldberg. I'm always for Goldberg losing anytime.
He tapped him.
Agreed.
Made him tap,
he did.
And this is where they decide that for WrestleMania, Brock wins it. He's going after Roman, and it's going to be for they're going to unify the titles at WrestleMania.
All right, now we get to March. Speaking of WrestleMania, we're getting close to it. Eddie Kingston makes Jericho tap out, which was a Jericho gift to his buddy Eddie. It seemed like, right?
Well, I mean, it's Jericho's going out of his way to make stars. He gets a bad rap about a lot of stuff, but he's obviously not selfish.
Right. He just put over that one kid here last week, right?
Yeah, Action Andretti. Now I set him on fire this week.
Right. I think sometimes it seems like there's a lot of thought in the beginning, but then there's not anything afterward. So like you said, I mean, Eddie Kingston tapped out Jericho, who was a AEW champion and an ROH champion. And what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Like and again, I think that is probably for me anyway, a common thing that I hear when talking about AEW is like this, it's like great booking for the night, but then it doesn't seem like there's a huge plan. And so Jericho may have had a great plan and they had a good little program and and Eddie Kingston tapped him out. And then it's just kind of, was he elevated from that or was he not? Like where do we see him now? What kind of programs is he involved in that you would think?
Off a feud.
Do what?
It blew off a feud. But Eddie didn't go anywhere from that.
Right. He didn't go anywhere from
not
that.
anywhere notable.
And do you think, and again, that is just one of those, everybody is quarterback or, Monday morning quarterbacking. I mean, but I think that's a common thing that I hear a lot is just the booking in AEW. It just doesn't seem to have long-term plans. There may be short-term plans, but there doesn't seem to be any long-term. And then you have Wardlow, who was on a streak, and again, he's kind of stuck in the middle, and you would have thought he could have been a world champ. I mean, you have these aspirations for people, but it doesn't seem like it goes very far or beyond a month. I don't know.
Before we go any farther, I would be remiss, Amy, if I did not ask you about the news coming out of Ad Freeland this week that Dax Harwood will now be doing a podcast with one I Tried to Kill Tony Schiavone, Matt Coon. So, are you excited?
I can't even express how excited I am. That is going to be. I said I already got. I mean, here he is. I got him, and now I'm going to have Dax. I mean, how can my 2023 get any better? Because I mean, number one, we've had Zooms with Dax before, and he's very, very knowledgeable, and he loves talking about wrestling. So you're going to hear good stories. You're going to hear good commentary from him. He's going to tell things in the ring that you don't necessarily see. So I think that bringing him on is going to be just uh, it beyond me smiling all the time. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to hear what all he has to say and the different matches and things that he talks about, because he's going to bring a wealth of knowledge. And I love listening. Matt has a great voice too, so having them together is going to be fantastic.
I'm excited because I know there will likely be a lot of Bret Hart talk on that show.
I hope not, or they're going to lose me in week 2.
Also this is a big one, also in March, our own Super Dave Miller was inducted into the Southern Wrestling Hall of Fame. So I remember that very well. It was a big honor for you, Dave.
It was. I'm really, really honored to be in that. And it's not just. Well, Mother Nature gave us quite a surprise. As you know, our Arctic blast came through. As we recorded this, we were having an Arctic blast. So when the high winds came through, my power was knocked out for 14 hours. So our year-end review is going to end up having 2 parts. And we apologize for the abrupt ending to this week's episode. We hope all y'all had a very, very Merry Christmas and are gearing up for a Happy New Year. And we'll be back next week with part 2, and we'll pick up where we left off. We'll apologize for this, but Mother Nature can be a fickle bitch, and we had no control over it. So, Happy New Year, everybody.